Hello, everybody.
Hi,
My name is Darren.
I'm Graham.
And we have seen the film The Martian.
Yes,
It
we
stars
have.
Matt Damon. Do the Matt Damon impression from the Team America.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, that was rubbish. It's directed by Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott is a renowned director for such esteemed sci-fi movies as Blade Runner, Alien, and Not Prometheus.
What else has he done that isn't sci-fi?
He's done loads. I think he's kind of underrated as because he's done loads of classics, but not many people. I mean, people love Ridley Scott, but I don't think if you're into movies, you love Ridley Scott.
Sci-fis, yeah.
Well, he isn't like a household name like Spielberg or Hitchcock or someone like that. But he still made Gladiator, Alien, Blade Runner, Thelma and Louise, whatever this is, The Martian. So yeah, he's really good. But The Martian is about Matt Damon being stranded on Mars because he took a trip there and everyone left without him because there was a storm and they thought he was dead, but he wasn't. What did you think of The Martian?
Yeah, if we're I assume you're talking about the film,
Yeah.
not Matt Damon in the film.
Well, okay. What did
Because
you
he
think
is
of Matt Damon in the
considered
film?
as the Martian, isn't he?
Maybe it's an ironic title. It's because there's no Martians in it. And the whole film, you're like, when's a Martian going to turn up? Or when's the Martian? Like when we watched Stoker that time and you spent the whole film waiting to see if it was a vampire movie.
Everything about that film was a vampire film.
Except none of it.
Like everything was like black and red, and it was
everything
all like
was
kind
set
of
during
dark,
the day.
and it was all kind of like
there was no
gothic.
mention of vampires.
Yes,
nobody
I forgot about
drank
the
blood.
day thing. I forgot about the daylight thing.
Yeah,
the drinking blood thing.
Nobody did that.
That's not the point, though, is it? Because
No.
Vampires can. I mean, you can.
Nobody
usually
mentioned vampires.
live without. I know. And I was just waiting for it, and
Did you
then
do that
people
with this
started.
film as well?
Spend
the whole film waiting for the Martian to turn up.
I was kind of expecting an alien at some point.
Yeah,
because it's a Ridley Scott film as well. Apart from anything.
You thought the Xenomorph was going
I didn't
to
think a Xenomorph.
not to spoil the end, but in a hypothetical world of the joke I'm about to make, when Matt Damon's about to escape, you expect, waiting for the Xenomorph to pop out his chest.
It's just a finger with a glowing bit.
That's E.T. You think, well, imagine. That's exactly what E.T. meant when he went, I'll be right here, and pointed at his heart.
Yeah,
and then put the finger right down the kid's mouth. So, what did you like about the film or Matt Damon's performance, whatever it is you want to interpret the question of what did you like about The Martian?
The music.
Okay, what did you... Oh, right, the actual
songs.
Soundtrack. Yeah, as in the songs.
Not the score.
Yeah, because I thought the score was good. But go on. What did you like about the soundtrack?
That was catchy.
Okay.
The songs that they use are catchy.
Yeah.
Also,
I really like the David Bowie bit in it. Speaking of the music.
Yeah.
They used the whole of Starman in a really cool sort of montage. It was really good. Go on.
I've not really got much to say. It was really good. It was, it was funny.
He says then, speaking.
Good effect. I noticed the thing about the gravity as well. Not to ruin it for you.
As well as what? Nobody's mentioned gravity.
No, sorry, to a conversation Darren and I had earlier.
Yeah.
Because you were saying, what was it? Which article was it?
I wrote it. It was my blog, which you should also read. I wrote that the gravity on Earth is not identical to the gravity on Mars, but in the film they're depicted as being the same.
Sort of, yeah.
What do you mean, sort of? I definitely wrote that.
No, it's sort of the same.
Yeah, what?
It's slightly off. Like they put like a bit of a. They've slowed.
My sentence was, "It's not the same," and now you're arguing by saying it's sort of the same. Well, it's not the same, then, is it?
Look.
Yeah. Go on.
You're really not paying attention. The thing is...
What is the thing?
The thing is...
Yeah.
I'm saying...
What are you saying?
It was realistic.
Yeah, I'm not saying it wasn't realistic. I'm just saying it wasn't accurate.
Exactly, for not Earth.
But my statement was, it's not the same, which still stands.
Do you know how much gravity there is on... with the force of gravity, the strength on Mars?
No.
Me neither.
Okay, I should have said something then.
It's 10, isn't it, on Earth? It's like 10.2.
10 what? 10.2 what?
Gravity.
Glutons.
Gravity?
Gluton.
No, it's like newtons, isn't it? It's like, that's what gravity is measured in.
Is it? Oh, yeah, of course, when you got the springy thing in school, and it yeah, I remember that. I remember them from back in the school days. Yeah, and the storm wouldn't happen. There's the storm that strands him.
What was the reasoning for that?
Because Mars doesn't have a strong enough atmosphere to produce such weather.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he could grow potatoes out of shit in real life, like he did in the film.
Yeah, everything else stands true.
Could you eat a potato that was grown in your own shit?
No, but I could eat a potato that was grown in Matt Damon's shit.
Why?
It's Matt Damon.
Okay.
That'd be an amazing company to make. Look, if anybody's an entrepreneur out there.
I think we've had this conversation before, haven't we?
Really?
If I was I think I said if I was George Clooney, I would sell my shit on eBay.
Oh, well, that's where
because that's just printing your own money.
Yeah.
I think we've had this conversation.
Oh, I mean, you easily could, and if you sold it as kind of manure or whatever, that's an amazing selling point.
Oh my
if you,
god, imagine,
yeah,
celebrity garden fertilizer.
yeah,
Like
come straight out of
yeah.
Angelica Houston.
Yeah. Why would you want of all the people? Why would you want Angelica Houston's shit?
I don't know.
No.
I was thinking about Adam's family, and she was gardening. She was pruning the roses. She was taking the heads off the roses and keeping the thorns. And
I don't know why no famous person has done that.
No.
I don't know why. You could have you could go down your allotment with a little bucket of Meryl Streep shit and start like, yeah, that's great. I don't know why nobody's done that. Anyway,
you've got
this is nothing
flowers
to do with the
grown.
film. So yeah.
Oh yeah. So the Martian. Yeah. So
did you have any criticisms of it at all?
Criticism.
I quite liked the whole thing, really.
I think it was a bit light in tone. I'm not sure quite how whimsical. I'm just saying for like because they've gone to town on the realism for the science and stuff.
Well,
apart from the gravity.
Yeah.
Which is a very minor thing.
Well, hang on. Why can't they go to town on the science but retain a light tone?
I don't know. It's just kind of a.
You said it, so you should know.
It's a strange kind of imbalance. It's kind of like.
Think so.
I'm not saying it was distracting in the film or anything like that.
No, it was the selling point of the film.
A retrospective view of it.
You've only seen it once.
It's the point.
Memory-wise,
I think. I just. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah. My memories are the first. I think it would have been better if it was. Well, no. I like how light-hearted it is.
That's exactly what you're saying the opposite of right now.
No, I know. I like how light it because I enjoyed all the jokes and stuff. I mean, the jokes and stuff and the kind of
just making a point that you didn't like how light-hearted it
moments and stuff like that. They're all very enjoyable as far as the film goes.
Right.
But I'm just saying it's not as believable as all the science is in it. Which it is. I mean, this is the whole thing.
What's your condense your sentence or your point into a sentence? What are you saying?
It was.
What's your point?
It was well-rounded.
That's the exact opposite of what you started with. You said that
I said it was misbalanced, but I think it's not as if they made it slapstick or anything like that. They made it kind of. I would say if they really wanted to make it more serious, they could
didn't.
Let me finish. They could very easily make it more serious.
Well, maybe, but they didn't want to make it serious.
Well, exactly. But I'm just saying it's. I've noticed how much more whimsical
you could
everybody
say that about
acts.
any comedy.
The leader of NASA,
Jeff
what's his name? Jeff Daniels.
Yeah.
He's wandering around and stuff, and he's responding to these press people.
Right.
And like even they passed. I mean, I don't know if there's a spoiler. They passed. They skipped the investigation stage.
What has this got to do with your point?
So
Jeff Daniels is walking around dealing with press people. This somehow links back to your original point of the humour didn't blend with the science.
So
before then, you contradicted yourself and said that you liked the humour in it.
Yeah. Well, look, you put pressure on me to say, do you have any criticism?
I know, I do.
So I thought
that's where I have my fun.
So I thought I'll try and come up with something to critique it with. No, because I mean it's not a flawless film.
But that doesn't mean you then start inventing criticisms.
Exactly. No, but I was trying. Well, I mean, you're literally hearing my thought process. There's no filter.
I'm not sure I'm hearing your thought process.
I was about to say it comes straight from the brain, but yeah, I'm not sure where it begins, to be honest.
Well, your partner had a criticism of Sean Bean.
Oh,
you could have stolen that one. That criticism.
That's true, actually. I disagree with that. I agreed.
Okay, so what? Say that criticism then. Retract everything you've just said.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Sure thing.
He stands by his inconsistent previous view. Sean Bean. What was the problem with Sean Bean?
Sean Bean. He was only there to make a reference, a Lord of the Rings reference.
No, he wasn't. I think that was a coincidence.
A coincidence in a scripted film. Yeah. How can there be a coincidence, Darren?
Yeah.
How can there be a coincidence in a scripted story?
Well, why would they do that?
He made a direct reference to the fact.
There's a bit in the film.
Lord of the Rings exists apparently in this world.
It's the real world.
Where Mars.
Will you shut up for 1 second?
It's the real world where Matt Damon gets sent to Mars. It's the real world.
There's a bit in the film where they have a secret meeting at NASA and it's called the Council of Elrond, of which Sean Bean was
It's not called the Council of Elrond. What's it called? It's just called Elrond.
Okay, it's called Elrond then. Sean Bean attends that meeting, and obviously in The Lord of the Rings, Sean Bean was Boromir, who actually was at the Council of Elrond. So you're saying that the reason they hired Sean Bean alone was for that. But that was for that, so they could have him at Elrond's council again. That's what you're saying. That's the only reason Sean Bean was hired.
Yes.
Well, why didn't they hire everyone else and have Ian McKellen sat around there with Orlando Bloom? Who will take this food to Mars? Well, he has my axe. Why didn't they do the whole thing?
Well, there we go.
They literally just made a reference to a previous...
of Darren's very obvious lack of subtlety. Do you not understand It's a little joke
But
that they've had to hire somebody in for.
I disagree. That's a joke.
substantiate.
I think that was already in the script,
You don't
and they
think
hired
it's-
Sean Bean.
That's not a coincidence, then.
Yes, of course, it's a coincidence.
Why
I don't
would
think
they
they hired
get
him
the
because
guy?
of
Why
that.
would they get Boromir to explain the point of the Council of Elrond?
Are you saying that you refuse to
No,
accept?
I accept that the script might have been written first, and then they
Yeah.
were thinking, who can
And
we get? Oh,
and do you refuse
he's just
to
finished Game of
accept
Thrones.
the fact that Sean
assuming
Bean
he's
might
still
have just
alive.
been hired as an actor, and by coincidence, that's
giving him that role. Oh, well, pick it out of a bag. Oh, scribble them all up.
Right,
Don't
okay.
look, don't look. Oh, I've got the Elrond line. Wasn't that a bit obvious? Nah,
I mean, it wasn't
nobody will
that,
get it.
It wasn't that funny. So to
No,
hire
but-
him specifically to have him at an
I
Elrond
agree.
meeting.
I agree. I'm not I'm not defending the film. I'm just pointing out what I deem to be true.
Okay, and I mean, well, you know, you're obviously somebody who can be believed and trusted based on your previous point before that of the humour and the science didn't blend, but you really like the humour.
We didn't actually. We didn't actually. I did like the humor. I'm just
I'm
saying,
not
if
saying
they
you
were going
didn't.
for a more
You are.
serious tone, which they weren't, they should have made it more serious, which they didn't.
You're a
didn't-
regular Gene Siskel, aren't you?
We didn't actually get to the point of Sean.
If you were in like the
Being in
Siskel
the
and
wrong-
Ebert show, you would end your show by, and that's one thumb down for me. Go on, what do you want to move on to before we end it? Because it's already
Well,
over.
we're already.
Have you got any- Speaking in tongues.
we didn't actually get to the point of why Sean Bean was wrong or wrong.
Okay,
or right.
so quickly say, I thought that was your point, but go on, quickly say why you think he was wrong.
He was just not underused. You know, he was very
was it-
underutilized.
How's that
because...
Sean Bean's fault? Sean Bean was
No,
wrong for the
oh.
role because he was underused.
Yes, exactly.
Well, how's that his fault?
I'm not. I didn't blame him.
You're specifically saying
when did
Sean Bean was wrong for the role, and
He
then saying,
was
so who should they've cast?
somebody less recognizable, or so to speak.
Well, Sean Bean's not exactly Tom Cruise, is he? It's not like suddenly Harrison
He's
Ford walked in
quite
and said three
common.
words.
He's quite
Yeah,
a
he's a character
well-known
actor,
face.
and he played a
Yes.
character role.
The point, no, but you're really missing the point, Darren.
Well, you don't really make the point obvious.
I think you are aware of the point, but you're being
Well,
particularly evasive.
Why'd I be evasive?
So why do you think you? Because I mean, you actually had a retort before, so you must understand my point.
What was I retorting to?
Well, the fact that
Go on.
Sean Bean was in the wrong kind of role,
Sean Bean was in the wrong role.
so to speak.
What do you mean?
He was the wrong. He shouldn't
Sean
have
Bean
been
was
in
miscast. Is that the word you're looking for?
it.
Sean Bean was
Yes.
miscast.
Well, Sean Bean's character was miscast.
His character was miscast.
Yes.
How do you think they make films? Do you think they get actors in a room and then they make characters for them? The characters come first and they cast them. So what do you mean the character?
The character was miscast.
Right.
That's
So
what I
Sean-
said. They shouldn't have hired Sean Bean for that role.
Right. Okay. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because
You said a sentence. Now justify it.
one,
Yeah. Go on.
they confused all the viewers because they brought in the Elrond thing.
Did they really confuse all the viewers?
They had people distracted.
I don't think
that
when they
took
said,
me right out of the
and
film.
now this is the Elrond scene, and then Sean Bean turns up.
I
I don't
think
think
it was like-
anyone went, "Oh, what's going on? Is this part? Is this the Fellowship
What's
of
the
Ring?"
ring? What's the ring?
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't think anyone was confused. Go on. Part number two.
You can't just dismiss it.
I can.
Uh,
Number two.
Number two.
Yeah.
What was the first one?
The people were confused. Yeah, and then number two. What was the first one? Yeah.
So
A person might have been confused
the point. I don't know what point. Why have we got 2 points to go through?
because you said point two.
Did I? No, you did. I swear to God.
Why
Yours-
would I come up with a second point for your argument?
Exactly. So don't.
So your only point as to why Sean Bean was wrong for the role was people might have been confused.
No.
Okay, go on. What's the second
Point
point? then?
two.
Yeah.
He was. He's too recognizable. This is the whole thing.
Matt Damon was on the planet. Were you like what? Jeff Daniels was the head of NASA?
Yeah, but that's fine.
Why is
'Cause
that
they,
fine?
They played their characters, but Sean
What
Bean.
does Sean Bean do?
Nothing at all.
Sing
That's
it.
the problem. He's just sitting there in his jacket, and he's just like. And he's just sitting there. And he's just. I swear to God, anybody who ever actually watches these, if you think that I'm. Well, maybe not I'm right, but if you agree with the point in general.
I don't know what the point is. I'm going to change the question. If you know what the point is, email me, let me know, and I'll do a second video and I'll sort of answer it.
I'm done.
Bye, everyone. It's a good film, though.